Kit Clubbers, it's Demo Donna here with Sparkle and Sprinkle, and this month I am coming to you from Madison, Wisconsin to bring to you this awesome, mind the glare, this awesome card just for him. I know we did one 2 months ago, but there are really not enough masculine card ideas out there. So with our new Wetlands stamp set, I thought this would be the perfect opportunity to do another masculine card. So this is the stamp set that comes in the video kit, but you can also add this one on, which is really awesome and has a bunch of additional features. So we are going to be making this great card using some really cool embossing techniques, as well as using our acetate as a window here. So thanks so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy. Alright, so here is this awesome card and the stamp set, which is this one right here, Wetlands 1, which is absolutely beautiful and could be used for her or for him. Adding different colors, our designers have done beautiful things. Here is Wetlands 2, which doesn't come in the kit, but you can add it. It's got great add-ons. So if you like Wetlands 1, you're going to love Wetlands 2. Now, the card layering we're going to be using from Paper Cut is great because we're also going to be putting a little acetate window in here. So we're going to start with this thin paper insert, and it's kind of like a cream color. And we are going to take this big scenic, and excuse me, I've been under the weather, so I'm a little sniffly, so I apologize for my lack of perkiness and maybe an occasional cough. I had to say it. Alright, so we're going to start with this one here. Now you're going to want to take this line, the horizon line, and line it up on your block. So make sure you have a nice straight line here. Because when you stamp it, you want it to be nice and even, so when you put it through your window, that's what you see. So you could get a good idea of how this is going to be viewed by layering your black card down. And that's what's going to be seen here. So just like the center, but you want to make sure you stamp it at least a good 3/4 inch or 1/2 inch from the actual bottom of the card opening. So I'm going to take, you could use Memento or StazOn. I just happen to have Memento, the black. Now this is going to be really beautiful. We're not going to do it with this actual card, but just adding some chalks or some watercolors to do like a faux background would be just absolutely gorgeous. Alright, so I'm going to stamp that down right about there. Give it a good push. Just like that. And let that dry, which should only take a minute or so. Now I'm going to take this guy off, and we are going to do the really fun textured background on one of the layering cards as well. So I'm going to take one of these guys. You could use both. I used both in my sample for the video. I'm just going to use one, but I'm going to show you how to do it. You're also going to need like a little piece of scrap paper. You could use a Post-it for this as well. And I'm going to take my VersaMark, and I'm going to do this in 2 layers. So I am going to make sure I've got a coffee filter down. Excuse me. And what you want to make sure is your image. So a good trick to this is to line your image up past one of the grid lines. So every time you stamp it, you're not stamping anything under that. You'll see what I'm saying. You don't want your image to start above the line. You want it to look like it's continuing through the window. Okay, and one can only hope I'm making sense today. Alright, so I'm going to stamp it, and then I'm going to stamp it again. It's a nice juicy ink pad. Stamp that down. Perfect. And I'm going to take this guy and stamp it again. And then I'm going to go over this corner. And do down here. So we're creating a really fun layered background with two different embossing powder colors. And it's going to look so pretty. These are two really gorgeous colors. So I'm done with those. And now I'm going to come and just randomly go over the edges. And then my next layer with my next embossing powder color will fill in all of my space. And these are so pretty and so versatile. I can't wait to see all the different things that you guys do with them. Okay, now that that one is done, I pop that off, set that aside, grab my next layer of leaves. Once again, put it up past the line. And now we are going to emboss this before we do our next layer of stamping. So I'm going to take my Limelight first. And this is a really beautiful semi-transparent embossing powder. I'm going to pour that all over. All right, the big dogs have come to see us. All right, and now we're gonna give that a good heat set. All right, so see how beautiful that looks once it's been heat set? And it's so gorgeous how the semi-transparent embossing powder looks on that natural cardstock. It's just beautiful. Okay, so now we're gonna add layer number 2. And I'm gonna take that second leafy image. So we did the first one, now I'm gonna do the second one. And I'm just going to repeat and go around the whole thing and then add my Seafoam and heat set. So basically I'm going to stamp around the whole thing. I won't make you guys watch me again. I'll do 1 or 2. So you're just going to go right over it again. And you don't have to do as many. You could do a few there, 1 there. I guess I will make you watch. Because then you're going to be like, why didn't you show us, Donna? All right, and then I'm just going to fill in these 2 spots. So I'm going to do a little here, and maybe 1 there. Okay, and a random 1 there. I like to kind of go with that the leaves are coming in from all sides, but with some big holes I just kind of stamped crooked. It'll be okay. It won't be very noticeable. All right, so then I'm going to apply my Seafoam and then heat set. Grab this guy, a new filter, sprinkle my Seafoam. The best part is too, you can always add more layers. So let's say I don't like one of my random floating guys, I can add 1 more and heat set it. Alright, so I'm going to do that and give it a little heat. Okay, so wow! I love how that turned out with the 2 different colors, the Limelight and the Seafoam. They just look so beautiful together. It just gives it a really natural foresty look. So now we're going to pick out a saying. I'm going to use "for a great guy," but if you're not using this for a man or a guy, you could go pick out any awesome saying that you would like. The stamp set comes with "to my husband," which is nice, and "for a great guy," because there's not really a lot of stamp sets out there like that. So I am going to use "for a great guy" because this is going to be a perfect thank you card for the house that we're staying at right now in Madison, Wisconsin. It's been beautiful. Hello to all my Wisconsin peeps. All right, and I'm going to stamp that right there. Voila. Add a little coffee. If you have not had some coffee lately, embossing powder, it is awesome. You are going to love it. It is beautiful. And the video does not do it justice. Heat set. And that is just gorgeous. And just look how beautiful it melts right on top of those other two colors. Okay, so now my exterior frame, well, next. So this is optional. I know a ton of you already have many different sizes of Tear-ific tape. So this is the 1/2 inch. The nice part is the 3/4 inch and all the other sizes. Okay, so I am just gonna add a little border. So you don't get any Tear-ific tape in your video kit club because I know you guys all have a ton of it. So you can always add some. I'm using the 1/2 inch and I'm just pouring some coffee on it. Coffee embossing powder, that is. Burnishing it in with my finger tools. And then I'm just gonna leave it like a nice bold border, just like that. I think it makes a really nice added contrast against the blue and green background. Okay, so next we are going to stamp on our Wetlands, and then assembly is the last part. So I am going to go like this, and obviously my bird is going to be, well, I want to make sure I know what I'm going to see. So take your window and set it in there. Perfect. And I'm going to set that right there and line it up. All right, now my bird is going to be on the opposite side. So like here, I want my bird over here and my duck flying ahead here. So I am going to set him right there. And then I am going to set my bird right about, my duck right about there. And now I know they're both going to be able to be seen through the window. So I'm going to take my static free bag and I'm going to take my VersaMark. Once again, get a good eyeball where they're going to be. Come on, Donna. I might even leave them in there. That is perfect. Now I know they're going to be seen. Stamp them down. My crane and my duck are now ready to be embossed, and I know they're going to be seen through my card. And they look really great, once again, with the coffee embossing powder. Give that a good tap. And then I'm going to heat set. My duck is done, and my crane is done. Okay, and then you're just going to assemble your awesome card with the Wetlands stamp set, which, like I said, is so versatile, has tons of different ways to use. We are going to take all of these guys here. Goes your insert, is going to be taped to your embossable acetate, which is invisible, so very fun to find. Ah, I found it, yay. So this creates a fun little window, your embossable acetate. And the embossable acetate is taped between your off-white paper that goes on the inside and your black paper. And then this, your frame, is adhered to the outside. So once you have taped that all together, you have this amazing card. Thank you so much for watching and hanging in there with me on my sick day. I hope you're all having a great summer. Thanks for subscribing and checking out this month's Video Kit Club. Talk to you soon.